歡迎收睇美國專訊。研究人員正在透過建造生蠔礁去保持馬里蘭州切薩皮克灣嘅水質清潔。下邊係記者駱雅琪嘅報導。
All right, we're just going to the end of my pier, my property, and we're going to see Oyster City, which is a city and a marina that I built on two big floats. I wanted to draw attention to oysters and how important they are to the bay, and I thought if I could create awareness, and this absolutely draws an amazing amount of boaters over the weekend. People come by, they take pictures, and it has oyster facts, and it just tries to educate the public a little bit about the importance of oysters and what they mean to the Chesapeake Bay. It basically all started at went to a fundraiser for the Chesapeake Bay, and it was actually a big oyster roast, and they were shucking oysters, and they had a display where they took some very, very cloudy water that you couldn't really see through, and they put 2 oysters in there, and they told me to come back in a half an hour, and they told me the water would be crystal clear because oysters filter 50 gallons of water daily. And sure enough, when I came back, that water was crystal clear, and I was just, it was very compelling. And I just thought, boy, if there was more oysters back in the bay, it could help clean the bay up. So I just decided to create a hobby with this and build my own reefs. Oysters population in the Chesapeake Bay is only historically today at 1% of what it was. And there were enough oysters in the bay, like the turn of the century, where the bay would be filtered every day. Now there's only 1% of that, so it can take a year before it can get the filtering properties. All of these oysters here on this property, which is about a total of 6,000, will go out on the reef within the next few weeks. And I probably now have a total of 30,000 oysters growing there. I would say right now with the amount of oysters that I have on that reef, they can filter probably about 150,000 gallons of water daily. I put them in buckets, and then I just take my boat out to the reef, and then I just scatter them on the reef.
據部分荷里活演員話，加州一項保障散工嘅法律有可能會為非盈利劇院嘅生存帶嚟威脅。下面係記者奧沙利文喺洛杉磯嘅報導。美國演員奧爾莫斯係最近參加支持當地現場演出劇院活動嘅演員之一。洛杉磯博爾伊高地移民社區嘅呢座劇院係其中一個。劇院嘅創辦人係墨西哥出生嘅何塞菲拿洛佩茲，佢撰寫咗2002年嘅電影《真正的女人有曲線》嘅舞台劇本，亦係電影劇本嘅共同作者。內容係關於移民婦女嘅掙扎故事。
I've been in Hollywood for over 30 years, and it's been so hard to get Latino stories because they just want to do the narco stories. We're just the bad guys in a white man's story. And so I decided to open my own theater so that I could produce my plays.
呢啲小劇院嘅微薄預算經常出現緊張，演員話好多喺呢啲非盈利劇場工作嘅人都係義工，但係佢哋被蓋涵喺一項新嘅加州法律裏面。呢條法律為優步同來福車嘅司機之類打散工嘅人提供有保證嘅最低工資。
But there's no way we can do that. And if we have to treat every actor like an employee, maybe we can do one show a year and that's it.
一項喺加州議會通過嘅法案將會提供一條生命線。支持法案嘅人話，做法係創建一個由州政府管理嘅工資系統，並且向小型非盈利表演團體提供資金。但係批評人士反對一個擴大嘅藝術官僚體制，有啲勞工團體亦擔心非盈利劇院嘅工作人員會被剝削。但係呢個法案有好多支持者，包括荷里活資深演員奧爾莫斯。
I mean, it's like anything else. You have to have a training ground, and the kids deserve it.
演藝事業嘅成功通常要經過好多年，但係一名荷里活演員格洛弗回憶話，佢曾經一個小劇場表演，舞台上有10個人，觀眾席就只有5個人，但係佢話每場表演都好重要。
We're going to need all the art we can, all the insight we can, all the story we can.
格洛弗聯合創辦嘅一個小型洛杉磯劇院，強調嘅係黑人經驗。佢話需要幫助嘅就好似呢一類嘅劇院。一名荷里活同行對此表示贊同。 佢話小型劇院教導觀眾彼此欣賞。
It's really important that we learn empathy, that we learn how to be with other people, that we learn to understand who they are and have them understand who we are, so that we can keep this extraordinary thing called democracy intact.
記者奧沙利文，洛杉磯報導。多謝收睇美國專訊，下次嘅節目時間再見。